Hunt, Fish, Shoot is back at you with this time bringing you the PSA Dagger. Something new from PSA and obviously something new to the market. It's been out now for quite a few months, but hard to get a hold of. So we're gonna review this gun and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But if you do like what you see today, please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and most importantly, tell us what you think.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been...
If you aren't familiar, Palmetto State Armory came out with the Dagger about a year ago now. However, they're very hard to find and hard to get your hands on just because let's say the need and people wanting them makes it harder to get. But with these, they are so darn cheap, you could practically pick them up for pocket lint and gumballs. Okay, but I mean, in all seriousness, they come in at about $300. They are coming in at your Taurus prices and you're getting a Glock clone at that price. And from the initial onset, this thing is freaking sweet. I gotta be honest. I was a little bit skeptical because I'm like, it's gonna feel cheap and all that. But this does not feel cheap to me. This feels like a Glock. It really does. So if you're somebody that likes Glocks, you're probably gonna like this. So let's begin with the trigger, because that's the biggest difference between a Glock and this. This has a hinged trigger, a lot like your M&P series or your FN stuff. And I'll be honest, I thought I was going to absolutely trash this trigger because I hate hinged triggers. I absolutely don't hate this trigger. It's really darn nice actually, and it's pretty darn crisp. Reset wise, I won't sit there and tell you that it's the most audible like a Glock normally is, but the trigger itself, it's a very nice trigger on here, and I do really like it. And it feels like a Glock trigger, but honestly, Gen 3 wise, it feels a little better than that out of the box. And just a really, really nice setup with that. So transitioning from the trigger is that you have the grip. The grip on here is a lot like a stipple or sandpaper type. The closest I would say that this is close to would be something like from Shadow Systems. And so I do really like the texture that they use on here. It's rough enough to get a good grip, but not too rough. It'll tear up your clothing if you're gonna carry this concealed. And being a Glock 19 clone, it's a very good concealable type pistol. You do have a finger groove up here, which is another one. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that because I never really care for finger grooves on Gen 4 Glocks, but with my hands and being larger that they are, no issues whatsoever with that. I'm able to get a nice full grip with nothing hanging off, and I do really like it. And it's undercut underneath the trigger. And Palmetto State, at the price that these come in at, they did a really, really darn good job with all that stuff. And again, it's a Glock clone. It's got slide serrations on there, which you didn't usually have on your Gen 3 Glocks or your 4s. So you have that on here. And then you have a mag release on the side. Now, one thing I will make a downfall with this is I've noticed with this magazine release is it's a little sharp for my middle finger that comes in underneath my trigger finger. And so being right-handed, when I grip that, I'm actually pressing it to some extent. When I shoot it today, there's no rounds through this yet, so we'll shoot it right first shots. I'll notice if I see anything with that. I don't think it's gonna be an issue. However, like I said, I can feel it up there rubbing against my middle finger. But obviously you can change stuff out with these because they are a clone. So really nice gun overall, and nice little beaver tail on the back there, so you get a nice high grip. And I don't think I'll have any issues necessarily with slide bite. Sometimes with Glocks I do have that, but it's also something you can kind of adjust your grip to the slightest extent to negate that happening. You are going to get one magazine with it. It's going to be your Magpul brand with that, and these do take your standard Glock magazines as well, or any of the other aftermarket ones that are out there that will fit a Glock 19. So nice, 15 round magazine, Magpul ones. I've never had any issues with these myself, and the Shadow Systems, some of the Glocks I've shot them with, and my Vector, I have Magpul ones for that, and no issues with them. Always has been great for me. So I'm gonna shoot this thing today and tell you guys what I think. And initial onset though, I think that this pistol is an absolute incredible deal. And so far, Hunt, Fish, Shoot, I'm loving it. First shots downrange, the PSA Dagger. Spoiler alert, it shoots just like a Glock 19. The sights on the PSA Dagger are going to be a 3-dot type system. They are steel or metal. They can obviously be changed out for any of your Glock sights, so no issues there. I really don't see any issues with these as a start. You know, I'm not a fan of 3-dot sights in myself. I'd probably switch them out. But for a $300 pistol, just fine. Thus far, about 30 rounds in, this thing is flat out awesome. I think it's a heck of a deal. A really sweet pistol. Goodness, this thing is just, you know, I always personally shoot Glocks really well. I am not a Glock fanboy. I'm the type of person that thinks that you should get whatever gun you shoot best. For myself, I just shoot Glocks really, really well, and I do like them. And if you're somebody that likes Glocks, I really do think you would love this PSA Dagger. It is just a really, really sweet pistol, and the price point that it comes in at, it's just an incredible deal. And essentially, you can do whatever you want to it. That's the best part, and it's just, you know, seems great so far. I mean, you can't really tell so far with the PSA products as far as the Dagger goes because they've only been out for such a short period of time. So reliability, time-tested type stuff like that Glock has, SIG, and some of the other brands have, you don't have that yet. However, I think with time you will. And thus far for us, it's getting my seal of approval. Fit and finish on the PSA Dagger is really, it's better than any pistol at this price point, in my opinion. It definitely looks better than anything Taurus makes out there. And some of their products like the new GX4 and things like that are great, but this thing, hard to beat. Hard to beat. And they got that nice little mag cut out there on the bottom, which is real nice. If you have to strip a magazine out of it, you're able to do that. Because sometimes your mags, they do get stuck, or sometimes even your palm will wedge in there and stick your mags and you have to strip them because you don't notice it in a stressful situation. But this has about everything you're looking for in a defensive handgun, and it ain't gonna break the bank. Really, really impressed. Really impressed. Now, granted, it's like a Glock 19. Anybody's familiar with Glock 19s, it is that. It really is. This thing is just a heck of a deal, and the reason I'm so impressed is because of how freaking cheap this thing is to get, and it's just an awesome pistol. It's hard not to like it. So you guys heard me say about the only negative thing I can really say about this pistol is the mag release. I've noticed it on my finger. No issues dropping mags or anything like that. You definitely got to press them nice and firm like you normally would. So no issues with that. Like I said, that's really the only downfall I can think of at this point, and the fact that it just doesn't have a track record because it's such a new pistol. But enough talking, let's do a mag dump and close this thing out. The PSA Dagger is one heck of a pistol, and if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and most importantly, check us out next time. I think I'm gonna get it.
They're still available.
Because they're still fucking cheaper than the law enforcement discount 19.
Yeah.